Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Carroll here with MyMMAnews.com. I'm here with Kyle Troyan. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, he's going to be fighting on Fist of Fury 3 at Jackhammer Promotions fight on June 24th. But before we get into that, our sponsor of the show is CBD Oils by Pure Spectrum. So go to purespectrumcbd.com. The link is in the profile on Facebook Live, so check it out. Use the code CCMMA for 10% off all products on the website. So, Kyle, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time. How you doing?
Anytime, my friend. I'm doing great, man. Training hard every day.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about your training and your opponent, Jason.
My training is I train with Chris Cope. Everyone knows that, but I train with Chris Cope. I train with tons of talented people. Just animals, I train with people that are at my level. I train with people that better than me, professionals. I train with so many people that I train every day. Sometimes I take like light days, like Sundays, Saturdays. I take light days. I spar anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week. I get a lot of sparring in, boxing, kickboxing. Started up jiu-jitsu again, but right now I'm trying to focus mainly on kickboxing,
Definitely. So you're at a Unique Fitness, right? You're at a Unique Fitness. Where are you from? What part of Long Island are you from?
I'm from Riverhead. Yeah.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Riverhead.
Now, what's your background in combat sports? Did you grow up wrestling or playing football or anything else?
I did wrestling my senior year of high school. I wish I did it longer. I was really good for 1 year, but I started boxing when I started taking it serious when I was like 17. I started fight. I boxed for probably 4 years consistently.
Okay.
I have tons of fights. I'm 5-2 in boxing. In 2015, I won the Metros. It's a big tournament for boxing. In the Golden Gloves, I lost a fight that I thought I won. Everyone thought I won, but I took an L there. Now I'm getting into kickboxing. I just started kickboxing at Unique Fitness 7 months ago. And here I am now. I got the belt. Trying to make it huge,
Definitely. You're coming off a big win at the last Jackhammer Promotions event. Now you're fighting Jason Downer. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent, and what do you expect from him inside the ring?
I saw him fight Malik at a Unique Fitness, my training partner, and I know that was a few months. Was it like 4 months ago, 5 months ago? Mm-hmm. But I know he couldn't have changed that much from that fight. I mean, anything could happen. He could have changed a little bit, but I know for a fact that I'm going to beat him no matter what.
Awesome. So tell us about why you fight. What are some short-term goals, long-term goals? Why do you want to fight?
Fighting the UFC welterweight champion of the world. This is just the beginning right now. After this fight, I'm going to try to get a lot of MMA fights in.
Have you fought any MMA fights yet or no?
Not yet, no. But after this, I'm definitely going to start doing that a lot more and keep fighting with the Jackhammer Promotions. Just try to get as much fights as possible. Going to the Golden Gloves next year, 2019 again. That's it.
Now, what makes you want to get? What inspires you to get in there and compete? Everyone has different reasons for whatever it is. What inspires you to get inside the ring and compete on such a high level?
Well, with me, I got a family. I'm blessed to have a really good family that supports me. I got tons of people that back me up, that support me. Do it for the people. Like people always. I got tons of people always motivate me every day. They see me train. I train really hard. I train probably 6-7 hours a day, 2 times a day. But every morning I just try to stay motivated. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, like ET. ET, that's the yeah, ET. Like whenever I'm having a bad day, I try to look that up on my phone or something. Try to find some motivation, like my family, my sisters, my parents, my brother. I got a good family, my friends. I always try to find something when I'm waking up in the morning to run or something at like 5, 6. I just try to think about that and try to get out of the mindset of you know being normal. I try to think like outside the box, do something big.
Okay. Are you graduated college? Are you still in college? Do you work right now?
I go to Suffolk Community College.
Okay.
In Riverhead, actually.
How do you balance school, training? I'm sure you work as well.
Yeah, I do. I do security right now. I only work twice a week because I'm really focused on the fight. But with Suffolk, I just take a few classes right now. I took one class last semester. Taking another class in September. Taking like 3 classes. I'm gonna start picking it up. But yeah, the goal is to be a UFC champion and have a backup plan, like just in case something happens. Like my dad's a cop, so my goal is to be a champion of the world, and if not, be a cop.
Awesome.
Not get into something else. I'm still kind of looking what else. I have a big open mind. I'm willing to learn anything.
Definitely. Now I can see in the background that you're a pretty big fan of martial arts. It looks like Bruce Lee in the back. So you got Mayweather and McGregor on the wall.
Yeah, all that. Yep.
Have you always been a fan of martial arts?
Yeah, always. I've been a fan of martial arts since I was probably 14, 15.
Okay.
I looked up to people like I love Conor McGregor. He's one of my favorite fighters. I don't know if you remember, but Kevin Randleman, he was a fighter back in the day.
Oh yeah, yep.
I loved him, man. He was just motivated, always ready. Those are the type of fighters that I look up to, inspire me, do better every day.
Awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about how training's going for you. What do you do for training? I see in your Instagram stories you're doing some footwork stuff, which is obviously super important for kickboxing and MMA and all combat sports. What do you do for training?
For training, I run every day. I do interval sprints, or I go for a long distance jog. Sometimes I switch it up, but I run 5 to 7 days a week. I do that early in the morning. Sometimes I'll wake up at 7. Sometimes I'll do it at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then from there I go to the Unique Fitness around 4. I sometimes I get a lift in, something light, a lot of reps. I'll do just rep everything out. Like I'll do like 15 to 20 reps with everything, all explosive. After that, I get ready for kickboxing from 6 to 7, and then I do boxing 7 to 8, and I do my own thing a little bit. I got really good coaches though. I'm ready for this fight. This fight's gonna be a win.
Awesome. Who's your biggest inspiration? It could be family, family fighters. Who motivates you the most, mentally, physically?
Got my dad who motivates me. Fighters like I said, like Conor McGregor, Kevin Randleman. Just people, my friends, always motivating me to do better. My training partners.
Awesome. And I was speaking to your teammate earlier, Casey Hughes, another training under Chris Cope. What is something that you've learned from Chris Cope, former UFC fighter? What is the biggest thing that you've learned from him?
Chris Cope motivates me all the time. He teaches me tons of things. Like he's teaching me how to kick like a champ right now. He's teaching me. I've learned so much in the past few months just from kicking, from technique sparring. But Chris usually has us learn on our own. Like he has us do our own thing. Like grow on our own in some way. You know what I mean? He doesn't always go out of his way to teach because he kind of, I mean, he does sometimes, but he has us learn on our own. You know?
Okay.
He has us do our own thing sometimes.
Kind of lets your athletic ability take over.
Yeah, that's what he basically does. But sometimes, like right now, I have a fight for a title defense, so he has me. He's helping me a lot now with kicks. I got tons of competition at my gym, kickboxing, boxing. It's awesome. I'm just at another level. I'm ready. I'm ready to defend this belt. You know.
Definitely. And tell us a little bit. How's weight cut going for you? Is that something that you struggle with to get down to 170?
No, I walk around from like 188 to 192, but this weight cut right now I'm at 178. You know, I'm in really good shape right now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to win this fight.
Awesome. I was talking to Casey a little bit about CTE, about the effects of weight cutting and lack of water, being dehydrated for fights. What are your thoughts? And is that something you think about, the CTE that comes up all the time with football players? Not so much talked about in combat sports, but you guys are dehydrating yourselves as athletes and then getting in there and taking a lot of shots to the skull. Is that something that ever crosses your mind?
No, because I know. Unlike boxing's the day of the fight, actually, which is really bad. But I know kickboxing, the weigh-ins are the day before the fight. So no matter how much water or weight cut it is, I know if you get the fluids back in you, you get enough fluids back in you slowly, I think it's fine. I know with boxing, it's the same day of the fight. So it's a lot different. It's a lot more, like, I wouldn't cut so much weight for boxing fights. It would be more the weight that I walk around at, you know?
Okay. Awesome. Is that something you think, though, weight cutting? Do you think there's something that should be changed within the sport itself for MMA?
No. I think fighters have to cut weight, you know? Like, it's just something that has to be done, you know?
Okay. I'll be honest, I'm kind of open to random, being a former wrestler myself. I know in coaching and wrestling in Wisconsin, they would have half-pound limits. So you're 5 days out, you could only cut 2.5 pounds right before a match, and it would limit kids from drastically cutting too much weight. Just random things. I'm always curious to hear what people think about it. Then you have PFL that took place tonight. They have the new regular season. They're gonna have the postseason. You win $1 million if you could win the tournament. What are your thoughts on that? And do you think fighting should become more of a season, or should it be like year round and continually beating yourself up and, like Chris Wade said, be a hitman?
Because I know getting hit too much obviously causes problems. I mean, it happens to all old fighters now. You see it with Gary Goodridge. All the big names, they're all messed up. I know you got to limit yourself on sparring, and if you do spar, you don't always got to go all out. You can go. That's why I try to always, move my head, do a lot of head movement. I try not to get hit a lot because I know how important it is. I try to get hit as minimal as possible, and I just try to avoid like being the type of fighter to just go out there and brawl, because I know in the later run it's gonna be a downfall.
Definitely. Well, your opponent, Jason Downey, he's a guy who's just like yourself, very athletic, going to get in there. He's strong, fast, quick. What can fans expect from you inside the ring?
They're going to expect me to. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to use my speed, use my strength. He's going to get hit and be surprised. He's going to. He's definitely going to. He's not going to win this fight. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I know for a fact I'm going to beat him. I know it's a 5-round fight because he requested it, but I'm expecting it to be less. I'm expecting it to be a TKO, in the later rounds.
Awesome. As the champion of the Jackhammer Promotions, is there any pressure on yourself to win this and defend the title?
I feel a little pressure, that I'm the champion now, but I'm going to take it like every other fight. I'm going to take it serious. I take fighting really serious. I I don't slack around when it comes down to this. I eat right. I train right. Train with the right people, like I said. But I'm just this is the fight that like I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I'm ready to beat him. You know?
Awesome. Two more questions. Well,
Yeah.
who would you like to recognize or appreciate, sponsors or family or anyone that helped you along the way to this point?
Yeah, I want to thank. I know Twims. Twims gives me. I always get calls from Twims, my sponsor. I don't really have too many. Oh, Spit the Truth. Spit the Truth is our sponsor too. I want to give a shout out to him. But there's not too many sponsors right now. You know, I'm just staying low key. I'm trying to make my actions speak louder right now. And when I make a huge name for myself and get the real stuff going, you know what I mean?
Definitely awesome. And last question to sum this up is, what's one thing about yourself that no one really knows but you like to share with family, friends, and fans?
I'm always I don't know. I'm just there's not really anything I share, you know. I mean, I share everything. I don't really keep anything to myself. An outgoing guy. I train hard. Um, I'm just ready for this fight, you know.
Awesome.
That's my life right now. Fighting is my life right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys get inside the ring and put the gloves up and go to town. So, Kyle, I appreciate you joining me and chatting with me.
Thank you, brother.
And
Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen who are watching, make sure you check out PureSpectrumCBD.com. Use the code right here, CCMMA, for 10% off all products on the website. And Kyle, once again, I appreciate you taking the time, and thank you, and good luck in your fight.
Brother. Yeah, anytime, man.